Yo, what's going, guys? This is JMONEY back again with another Hearthstone video, and today we have the final cards of the Dr. Boom's Incredible Inventions mini set revealed today. So we have 3 cards for Death Knight and 3 cards for Warlock. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at all of the cards for Death Knight to start out. First things first, we have Toy Snatching Geist, which is a 3-mana 2/1 with a Unholy Rune. And it has Gigantify, which will add a 8-mana 8/8 copy of this card to your hand. Battlecry, discover an undead, reduce its cost by this minion's attack. Okay, so this could be actually one of the only good Gigantify cards. Because the card from the Showdown in the Badlands, the one that has Quick Draw that discovers a undead and it costs 2 less, that card does pretty good in Rogue. Whenever, because like Mana Cheat, it's pretty good, but although the I think it's called the Farmhand or something like that, although it doesn't see any play, I think this could, because not only do you discover 2 undeads, and Death Knight right now loves discovering undead, especially if you get like extra copies of Reska. That could be really good for you. But I think I'd like to give this card a chance. I think this one deserves a fair chance. This one could actually be good. I'm gonna give it a 3 in standard. Obviously, like 2 in wild or like a 1 in wild. 1 in wild, because I don't think that this goes well with aggro decks in wild, because it's so greedy. But in standard, maybe it sees play. And then secondly, we have Helm of Humiliation, a 4-mana double blood rune spell for Death Knight. Give a minion -5/-5, and give a minion in your hand +5/+5. So I see what they're trying to do with the double blood and 1 unholy hand buff Death Knight kind of thing, where it could just... This is actually could be good removal for something that's big on your opponent's thing, especially if they have 5 health, because it just kills it outright. And then it just buffs something in your hand like a Darkthorn Quilter, or it could buff Toy Snatching Geist to make it like a 3-mana 7/6 that like reduces the cost of the next minion that you discover by 7. I mean, that could be good, especially if you get like Dr. Stitch and so off of it. Have it be 0 mana, you could just play it outright. That could be pretty good. Do I think it's gonna be enough for the double blood and 1 unholy to see play? No, because there are just so many aggro decks out there right now. I mean, really, the only thing I can see is if you want it to be Helm of Humiliation on an opponent's minion and have it buff the Darkthorn Quilter, so that way you can drop it the next turn. So that way it wipes out your opponent's stuff. I don't know, but that's what I'm thinking. I don't think it sees much play. Maybe it does at the start to see if it like works, but I don't know. And then Foam Render is the final card for Death Knight in the set. It's a 5-mana weapon with 1 unholy rune. Whenever you're and it's a 5/1 weapon. Whenever your hero attacks, spend 3 corpses to gain +1 durability. Oh boy. Oh boy, this is... honestly, I love this weapon. This goes really good with something like Climatic Necrotic Explosion. Yeah, a lot of decks are going to have to run... Brushtrot Viper, especially if they run into this, because it's just constant corpse spending. And then Yeah, it just buffs your explosion by 3 every turn. Or you'll just have to like get the quartzite crusher to try and freeze the opponent's face a lot of the time. Um, but this is really good weapon, especially if you can get it off of the what's that one spell? What's that one spell? Showdown in the Badlands, I think. No, not there. No, messing it all up, going everywhere. Titans, was it? Yeah, Runes of Darkness. If you discover it off of Runes of Darkness, you just have a constant 6 attack weapon that just keeps on spending corpses and gaining durability. And I think this will be really good in Rainbow Death Knight, but I don't see it being good in any other Death Knight, if I'm being honest, because Double Blood and One Unholy is not going to run this because they're trying to run hand buff stuff or Hollow Hound or things like of that nature. But Rainbow Death Knight, I could definitely see picking up at least one copy of this because, once again, it just constantly spends your corpses and every turn, and you get 5 damage every single turn off of it. It's really good. They have to deal with the weapon. All right, and now we go to Warlock, the last class that has cards revealed for the mini set. So we have Mass Production to start it off. It's a 1 mana spell. Draw 2 cards, deal 3 damage to your hero, and then shuffle 2 copies of this into your deck. Now, trying to think. So what you could do is play Wheel of Death, use your Symphony of Sins, and then have Mass Production on the right after. That way you have like more movements in your hand, and then also it always shuffles this into your deck. Although it does deal 3 damage to your hero, I don't know. It's something that I thought of whenever I saw the card, but if I'm being honest, I don't think this makes Wheel Warlock any better. I don't think it goes in any Warlock, if I'm being honest. I think this is just a really bad card for Warlock, but I mean, what can you do? But I think this is going to be like a 2-star card at best, if I'm being honest. Now, what I think is the most interesting card is Domino Effect. So, it is a 3-mana Warlock spell where it deals 2 damage to a minion, and then it repeats to the left or right, dealing 1 more damage each time. So, what I'm trying to think of, if you start from the far left or something, and it automatically kills a minion, does it just keep on going after that, or like, when does the domino effect stop? Like, does it stop whenever the minion, like a minion to like the left and right are dead, or something of that nature? I would think so. That's what I'm thinking. Is if it like the minions to both the left and right are dead, then it just doesn't keep on going. But this is a great board clear, if I'm being honest, especially what Warlock needs for the matchups against Zoo Hunter or Flood Paladin. This is incredible. I think this is probably going to be one of the best cards in the mini set. Just because how efficient it clears the board, especially where it deals 1 each to the right. Also, does it go 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6? Does it like increase that much, or does it do 2, then 1, then 1, then 1? I'm assuming it's 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6. I don't know. I haven't seen it be played or featured. But yeah, I think this is gonna be the best card in the mini set for Warlock for sure, but I think it's going to be one of the best cards in the mini set outright. And then finally, the final card of the mini set, Infernal, with the exclamation mark. 4 mana 6/6. 4 mana 6/6. That's incredible. And it's a demon with taunt. Battlecry, set your hero's remaining health to 15. Wow, this is gonna be really good. But so I'm trying to think if it goes into Pain Warlock or not. I think this could go into Wheel Warlock. Can't if the camera wants to focus. Right now I'm trying to figure out what decks this could go into. This is an interesting card, setting your hero's health to 15. All right, so I think this could possibly go into Pain Warlock, but I don't know. You'd just be setting yourself up for like real easy death if you do that. But this could be like a defensive tool, like if you're running really low on like turn 6 or something like that. If you're going up against like a hunter or something like that, Infernal could help you out with that. Yeah, I think this. I would like to run this card because it's very, very well statted. That's for sure. And I know that, is it Mage that has the one card that discovers 4 costs? Or is it like, oh no, it's 3 cost minions. I thought it was 4 costs off of that. But either way, that'd be a good defensive tool to have. That way you don't die easily. But I think this could be a good card. I'll give it a 3 at best. At best in standard. Obviously like 1 in wild, because I don't think this goes in wild. You'd rather play Reno than Infernal. But yeah, that is the mini set, and that's all the cards for them, as you can see here. So yeah, be sure to look out for the mini set on the 14th on Tuesday, because that is when it is going to launch. And they haven't announced anything for like any balance patches or anything like that. So Reno Warrior is definitely going to be seeing a lot of play once the mini set rolls out. And I would say a lot of Hunter decks as well, because they got a lot of good support. But with that being said, I'm excited for the mini set, but what are your thoughts? What decks are you going to be running? What decks do you want to run? Is more like it, because everyone's going to be playing either Hunter or Warrior, but what decks do you want to run after those decks get patched and nerfed and everything? But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are about the mini set in the comments below. And be sure to always like and subscribe. It means a lot to me. And I will see you all tomorrow. Take it easy.